What's poppin' everybody? This is Saber594. Today I'm going to show you guys a deck based on Ethan's Typhlosion, a regular stage 2 Pokemon that is pretty much another gimmick stage 2 Pokemon. If you guys remember the Delphox from Silver Tempest, it's the same gimmick. You discard a bunch of a specific supporter card and then the damage gets boosted on this Pokemon. I mean, the damage is good for 1 energy. It maxes out at 280 if you have all of the Ethan supporter in the discard pile. The problem as always with these stage 2 and regular Pokemon is their terrible HP. 170 in this case ensures this guy dies in one shot against pretty much any decent attack of any EX Pokemon. You'll be killed. Like Charizard without any boosts, like before you take any prizes, does 180. That's enough to kill you for 2 energies. And that has been ridiculous. I've always said that. You bring out a stage 2 and then it can't take a hit almost all of the time. And that's bullcrap. But anyway, besides that, it's one of the new Pokemon from Destined Rivals. And I don't really know what else to show you guys. I'm going to do Porygon Z after this. And I think that one is going to be better than this. Because you can use the Team Rocket engine. And you can just make it more consistent. But anyway, we max out the stage 2. It's as I've said, you use Body Blast, it's the main attack. Steam Artillery is just there to be filler. For 3 you do 160, that's not good. And then everything else about it is bad. The rest of the line, you do the Ethan Cyndaquil, of course, 4 of them. 70 HP, absolutely terrible still, as I've always said. These Pokemon need to have a lot more than this. This makes this card a very big sitting duck against Dragapult and just spread decks. It's just terrible, man, having 70 HP on these small Pokemon. And I don't care that they do this so that you use like the Pofin to get the cards. They should just increase the range or just give us, I don't know, I mean, I would rather not have Buddy Pofin or not be able to use it and have decent HP regular Pokemon. Like this thing needs to have 130, 140 HP in this day and age, not 70. But anyway, so max this out and then do 2 of the Ethan's Quilava. So I think most people, if they would run this deck, what they do is they max out the Quilava here. Because with Bonded by the Journey, you can use this guy to fetch the Ethan's Adventure supporter card. And that's a pretty good, consistency effect. You grab a supporter card that gives you Pokemon, basically. It gives you your guys, gives you energies, plus it's a way to just either use it so it goes in the discard, or you just discard it and use something else and then it goes in the discard to just boost the attack with Typhlosion, of course. But my philosophy is sort of the same with what I've said with the Garchomp deck, Cynthia's Garchomp deck, with the freaking Gabite, is that this can be a little bit too slow for my taste. Like unless you use the TM discs, if you're gonna go that direction, then yeah. But then if you do that, it takes you gotta take up space for more different cards in your deck. Once again, it can backfire in different ways. So I got 2 copies of this guy still, but I'm just gonna try and evolve through Rare Candy if I can. Anyway, and then the rest of the Pokemon is just stuff to fill our deck with more basics. But you get the item lock if you open with it. It's something. I mean, generic, broken. And then Cyclizar for a free retreating Pokemon, just an additional basic. That's it. Keeping it simple with these decks as usual. I got 9 energies because this guy doesn't need much to attack. It just needs 1, so we should be alright. Maybe if we even discard 1 or 2, we'll be okay. The retreat. All of the Pokemon here have free retreat. If they try and get something like this guy stuck, it's not going to work because it's our main attacker. We're just attaching energy and we're ready to go. So that's why. And then 35 trainers, a lot of the standard stuff. I max out the Pofin, but I don't run any nest balls because, of course, we max out Ethan's Adventure. And this is a way for us to get those Cyndaquil basics, get our evolution Pokemon too for Typhlosion. So it's obviously pretty good. Now, one big drawback this deck is going to have on top of the general drawbacks it's going to have being a stage 2 170 HP, is that, and this is why I hate the freaking rules so much, because they're bullshit. This deck, you obviously want to play second. You got Budew, obviously you want to use Ethan to fetch your basics. You know, blah, 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 blah. If you play first, if your opponent forces you to play first, it means you only got this Pofin and I guess the Ultra Balls to fetch your basics. And that's not going to be very good. I mean, there's no item-based draw, there's no Squawkabilly bullshit, you're just basically relying on the luck of the draw. What are you going to open with? Your opening hand, if you're going to be able to get some basics and attach an energy down. Which, once again, is why I hate the freaking rules. Because it punishes decks that they're going to suffer regardless, no matter how you adapt. Like, if I try and include nest balls, if I try and adapt the deck differently, then it just makes it worse when I do play second. You know, you gotta have the Ethans at the end of the day anyway. And if I got these and I got the Buddy Pofins, that's enough basic Pokemon fetching in the beginning. It's just the fucking rules that mess it up for everybody. Anyway, and rant. I just wanted to mention that though, that this deck is really bad playing first, and you definitely want to play second. But anyway, these are the basic fetchers. I got the standard 4-rare candy. Wanna get the Typhlosion through this card. The Ultra Ball, we maxed it out as a way to get the Typhlosion, but as a discard outlet too. The idea is you don't want to just keep playing these guys every turn because it's slow and it just gets you Pokemon and energies. After we use one or two, we don't really need to keep using it if we can get it with Kilava. So you want to discard them, use different supporter cards to draw your rare candy and just get a lot of shit in general. So we gotta have the discard outlets. This is where the Iris comes in at 4. And this is where the one Vessel comes in, even though I don't really need to dig for energies. It's just another searcher card. Discard outlet gets you the energies too. I guess between this and Ethan, we're never gonna have to worry about energies. That's it. I got the Super Rod for some recovery as opposed to Miriam, because, you know, I got a lot of supporter cards. This is just an item. I wanted to go this direction as opposed to just do the Miriam this time. I mean, really the only thing we would recover is Typhlosion in this case. Double Pokegear, boost our consistency. Also a good way to maybe reveal Ethan, get it that way and use it in the beginning. Ace pick of choice is going to be the Unfair Stamp. Because this guy hits for 280 max, you could put in the belt that does plus 50 on the X's, and then you can potentially get 330, you know, get 1 KOs on even stage 3 X's. But I don't think it's a good idea because you're not going to be able to get those Ethans, you know, as soon as you want them. Discard all of them, use all of them, they go in the grave, and then you put this and you can get 1 KO. I guess eventually you could, but then maybe you have, you've already hit your opponent so they're hurt, and then maybe you don't need the tool anyway. So something like this recent stamp or unfair stamp is just a lot more consistent. It gives me draw, which this deck needs. It messes up with your opponent, and this card works great. It works best in regular Pokemon decks because we die in one shot. It's gonna happen all the time. You just gotta live with it, or don't, like me, and complain. So I think it just makes the most sense. You wanna do catcher, that's fine. You wanna do the belt, that works too. You wanna do something else, there's a lot of ace specs, it's up to you. But I think the unfair stamp works best for me. And then what else? I think the only thing left to talk about here is the Team Rocket's Watchtower. It's our stadium of choice here. It doesn't affect us, but it's gonna shut down some key colorless Pokemon, Pidgeot, Noctouse, random Ursalunas, and maybe some other stuff that I don't remember. The shitty Dunsparce evolution, it'll shut that down too. Some people use that. You could do something else once again that maybe will benefit you, but I decided to just do this. Something that definitely it's never gonna affect me, and chances are, if my opponent uses these Pokemon, they're gonna be affected heavy. So just trying this out. And then for the rest of the supporter cards, I mean, you got the one boss's orders standard. I do the, man, game glitching up on me. 3 youngster and 3 INO. Just cutting these numbers for these two a little bit, because we still need to max out the Iris as a discard outlet, plus I max out the Ethan. So we got plenty of supporters, so we got to cut a little bit for the INO and youngster line. But that's about it. Fairly basic deck. I'm not going to say it's consistent, because it's not. It just depends on the hand you open with. If you open great and you play second, you can set up the Typhlosion quickly. If you don't, then you're just going to be screwed. You're going to keep trying to draw cards, and you're going to be getting awkward cards that don't work together. You're going to be missing pieces. Everything just becomes worse when your guy dies in one shot too. But I'm gonna try the deck out, and then I'm gonna do Porygon Z, and then I don't know what I'm gonna do. Dundozo didn't work out. There's a bunch of other Pokemon from Distant Rivals, but I don't know if I'm feeling them, or if I can make decent decks with them. But yeah, for now it's gonna be Typhlosion. Hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile. Sub to the channel, leave a like, share the video with your friends, and I'll see you guys next time. What